Hi, this is Hamza, and I'm going to be going over the graphics project that I have for OpenGL. So you can just run it in release mode, and it'll load all the objects in the scene. And you get this scene here. The controls are WASD, Q and E to roll, and then you can use the mouse to look around. So in the engine I've implemented blend transparency, so I can show you with these two objects here. These are transparent objects, and they're using a pass-through bubble sort every frame to sort by distance, so you can see the other object shows clearly behind this one, and then when I go on the other side of the object, it will render that one first before rendering this one, and so you can see the object through. This is a hologram shader I'm using. I call it a hologram shader. It just sort of gives it this grainy hologram look to each object. These also have discard transparency implemented, so there's like parts of it you can see that don't render a pixel at all, and you can see what's going on behind it, usually something that's a dark spot. I also have an example of blending of textures here with this hologram shader. It's the same shader, but it's using two different textures for this one. So it's using the same texture as the one from before, but also has another texture layered on top. And it also has the same discard transparency algorithm. And then there's also textures with this terrain. I have it so it's using a normal map as well as a specular map. So if I go near these sort of white spots, you can see that it reflects only in those spots, but it doesn't reflect the pixels on the dirt, but only on these sort of shiny spots. And there's also this water shader, which is very similar to the terrain one, except it uses the textures and makes them move in opposite directions to give off this sort of flowing water effect, like that. So it looks kind of cool. It's got reflections, and that's because of normal maps. Normal map is moving along with the other texture. And I also have this particle. It's using a particle shader. If I pause the time frame here, you can see these are actually just spheres that are rotating in a sort of procedural noise thing in the shader, and so they do this sort of cool wavy look as they come out. And that's about it for the graphics showcase. Thank you.